Good morning, good evening, and welcome to World of Warships. My name is Robin, and today we are about to sail in the Tier 10 Soviet destroyer Khabarovsk. But first of all, thank you very much for tuning in the video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you will enjoy your time here. Today's battle is one of a kind. I just cannot wait until we get to showcase it, so without further ado, let's start by reviewing the details of the ship we're about to sail in. The Khabarovsk has 8 130mm guns with a top range of 13.5 kilometers, an impressive 26,000 points of health, 10 torpedoes with a top range of 10 kilometers and a blazing speed of 48.7 knots. Her anti-air defense system is rated 57. Her surface detection is 9.7 kilometers and the armor thickness goes from 16 to 50 millimeters. For the modules I've installed, we have main armament modification 1, aiming system modification 1, main battery modification 3, engine boost modification 1, steering gear modification 2 and steering gear modification 3. For my commander, preventive maintenance, last stand, survivability expert, superintendent, demolition expert and advanced and basic firing training. This Soviet beast is lethal, relying only on brute firepower, speed and very good survivability, able to outgun and outspeed any destroyers at its tier, and being a high threat for battleship captains. The Khabarovsk is not joking around when it comes to get the job done. But that's enough of these descriptions. We are about to have a very intense time, so let's put some footage behind these words and take the Khabarovsk to battle. And here we are on the map Land of Fire, Domination Mode. I'm teamed up with my friend Philip. We are both sailing the Khabarovsk, and since we've spawned on the northeast part of the map, near Objective C, we decide to go ahead and try to flank through the layout of islands in front of us. About this ship now, I am not going to lie, this Soviet beast has a special place in my heart now. And after many tweaks and nerfs, I believe that it has reached a pretty good balance. I'm saying this because I heard rumors saying that the 10-kilometer torpedoes will soon no longer be available, and it kind of made me sad. I would like to know your opinion on this. Khabarovsk already has been nerfed 2 times, so do you believe removing his long-range torpedo ability is the way to go to make this ship more welcomed in the community? My opinion is pretty clear. The Khabarovsk is in a very good spot as of right now, and as a tier 10 it should be able to lay down long-range torpedo strikes. The actual torpedoes are mostly defensive anyway, or used as an area denial tool. They are slow, relatively easy to spot, and they do not hit as hard as their American and Japanese counterparts. I would like to see the Khabarovsk untouched from now on, but if we have no choice, we will adapt to the changes like we always do, right? So, that aside, let's go back to battle. Philip and I are pushing in the objective. An enemy gearing is inside the capture zone and we are going to engage him immediately. We are gambling on our aggressivity to force out the stealthy destroyers and prevent them from focusing our cruisers and battleships behind. We do not have a lot of backup with us though. Friendly Heaper and Missouri are being timid on the push, understandable since a rather large enemy force is present on this flank. Friedrich, Shapayev, Gearing, Yamato, we will be busy for sure. On the other side of the map, our team is deploying to attack A and B. Tough plan, since we do not have the advantage in destroyer number and stealth anymore. 3 of our destroyers have just been lost, 2 at B, 1 at A. That is going to allow the enemies to easily progress and push our forces back. This is a bad start for our team, but it is still only the beginning. I'm moving away from objective C. I did not expect that much resistance. If it wasn't for the enemy gearing smoke, I would have taken some damage for sure. I'm trying to rotate around the island to get an angle on enemy ships and to try and support Philip, whose position is rather dangerous but ambitious. Capturing objectives as a Khabarovsk is kind of impossible and rely more on luck than anything else. About luck, well, we lost another ship, but enemy Shimakaze gave us a favor and erased her friendly Charles Martel for us. Kind of a bummer that the only enemy ship to die yet is by friendly fire. We're already way behind on points and we need to start putting our weight. I'm engaging the enemy Missouri while Philip is using the gearing smoke, trying not to reset the cap by being shot at. It is kinda scary how can a battleship be that far through the map without resistance. That is the direct consequences of the early death of our destroyers. But I'm getting lucky with the fires. 3 are already burning on the American battleship, and I'm hoping to act as a decoy for our friendly Heaper. She pushed in the objective with us, but is now under the attention of 2 battleships, the Frederick and the Missouri. It won't take long for them to neutralize her, unfortunately. And there it is, almost half of our team evaporated. The enemies are pushing hard through Zone B, and even if we manage to secure C and A, the odds of holding on to them are now slim. Enemy Missouri has taken a beating. Philip managed to land a torpedo on him on top of the fires I've set, forcing him to use his damage control. He is now an easy target to finish off, but the enemy Frederick is pushing in too. We cannot take the risk of being sandwiched like that. Philip just used his torpedo system and is on reload, but it happens that I still had 1 launcher ready. Frederick's hydroacoustic is up, so I am going to send the torpedoes behind the aim assist, expecting him to cut the power as soon as he realizes the threat. And it looks like the volley is on point. I'm sending away, speed boosting up, Frederick sees the torps and it is too late for him. 4 connections, devastating strike, Philip managed to finish off the Missouri and that is 2 enemy battleships down. I have taken a bit of damage, but the engagement was successful. We now have a bit of a breathing room to start focusing our efforts elsewhere than C. Although there is still a strong enemy destroyer presence in the area. A quick rotation around the island to recover some health and I'm back on track right behind Philip. We get a glimpse of an enemy Shimakaze lurking around the pass towards B. She tries to smoke, but Philip got her covered, and he takes her out, thankfully. We can now escort our friendly Missouri, but time is of the essence now. Our friendly force is putting up a fight back at A, and we do have the advantage in number of zones controlled. 5 versus 7, we need to try and get a flanking position on B and try to support our teammates in the west. Philip and I are the only 2 destroyers standing, and all of our cruisers have been neutralized. Rough position for us, obviously, but we have to do our job and hunt down enemy destroyers, starting with the enemy gearing. Objective B is not going to be that easy to reach. Enemy Neptune is guarding the pass, and dealing with a British cruiser in close quarters is no easy task. I am really hesitant to pick the island, but since Philip is pushing, I have to support him. Lots of smokes have been laid down in the area, and I'm hoping that we can progress undetected, but my hopes get showered instantly. Enemy Neptune is right there, ready for us. 1 lone Khabarovsk would have very slim chances of dominating a close quarter engagement with the Neptune. But since there are 2 of us working on comms, we can try and deal with her. Efficiently using the smoke, Philip managed to close up the gap, but he needs to keep his distances now. Neptune will go for broadsides, and we are both trying to angle in or away to minimize damage. Unfortunately, in the stress of the moment, we are going to ram each other. Neptune laid down her smoke, but nearby destroyers are still keeping us spotted. A quick torpedo volley towards the British smoke, and now I have to dodge this island. If I beat myself here, I can consider myself dead, but the rudder shift is still good on the Khaba, and I managed to evade anyway. Although Philip took a lot of damage and need to retreat in order to recover some health. But as long as that Neptune is around, our initial objective is impossible to achieve. Our allies at A have been defeated and the enemies are now capturing the objective. The odds of winning this fight are getting greater every second. Now a 4 versus 7, the remaining of our forces are trying their best to position themselves. Friendly Bismarck is closing in, running away from A, and I ask him to activate his hydroacoustic, see if she can reveal the Neptune. Request granted, the German warship surprises her with a very good volley, and I'm going to secure the kill from the side. Now that the Neptune is finally gone, we can push into B. The only advantage we have right now is time. We are not that far behind on points, and we are contesting Objective B. If we do not suffer any more losses and keep it together, we can at least pull out a good fight. But for that, we need to regroup and get ready for the imminent enemy counterattack. And it has already started. Enemy Z-42, along with a very close torpedo volley near my position, is detected. I still have the health to take him on a gunfight, and since he's engaging my ship, well, let me return the favor immediately. The German destroyer realizes his mistake and laid down a smokescreen, but we've chewed through enough of his health for our friendly Missouri to take him out with a close quarter expert. I am still being contested in my capture zone. Enemy Gearing had a position to defend it, but our friendly Missouri's radar is going to force him out of it. Philip is back. Him, the Bismarck and myself should be able to secure B now and hopefully try to keep the points even. Although more enemy ships are closing in. Enemy Missouri in front along with the Gearing. Yamato last seen pushing the right side of my island. One more destroyer that is yet to be identified. The situation is going from bad to worse. I managed to land some good damage on the Missouri, earning Confederate and high caliber, but it is time for me to move. Yamato, along with the enemy Missouri, are executing a very dangerous pincer move on us right now. Getting stuck between crossfire would mean the end of both Philip and I, so full steam ahead and I head back towards C. Missouri is already there though, and my torpedoes were not on point for him. He is still burning from multiple fires though, and we achieved a witherer. But here comes the shells. I try to angle as much as I possibly can. Dodging incoming fire is getting more and more crucial, and I am not letting the trigger go now. Philip is still with me. We are switching positions to draw enemy fires away from each other's, and it is imperative we stick together. Philip understands that, but on the spur of the moment, I didn't. I kept sailing away towards C to put as much distance as I possibly could between the enemies and I. Philip, on the other hand, stayed near the objective to defend it until the end. Enemy Yamato is pushing full steam. Torpedoes from a nearby destroyer. This is complete mayhem, and we've lost the Bismarck in the process, making this a 3 versus 4. Philip finished off the Missouri, but is now facing a full health Bismarck. I'm still sailing away, trying to set up some fires on the Yamato. In my head, at this moment, I did not know whether to be aggressive and try to counter the attacks, or play it safe and gamble with the timer and points. I am just kiting away from my targets, trying to do as much damage as I possibly can, but there is so much we can do about 2 healthy battleships now almost reaching the freshly captured B. From now on, this battle is about to turn into a hopeless struggle. Philip is isolated, trying to protect the objective, and I am hopefully on a flanking course for the Yamato. I am just going to let the video roll at this point. This is probably a defeat, but a miracle could still happen. So, sit back and enjoy the upshot of this fight. I will see you at the end.
торпеды справа по борту.
And this is it. This is my final stand. Timer is about to run in less than a minute, and I am desperately begging for another fire on this Yamato. Even if I manage to kill the Japanese battleship, we would still be behind on points, and the remaining destroyer could just run and hide for the win. But the enemy Yugumo is going to lose against the greed and open fire on my ship, revealing herself. She has her chances. If she lands her shots with accuracy, I will go down, but she better do it fast because I'm chewing through her health rapidly. Yamato back at sea has some more shells with my name on it, but I'm just praying for my lucky star and a miss. We managed to kill the Yugumo, only 10 seconds on the timer. And this is a comeback. 7 seconds before the game was over, we managed to secure both kills along with a miraculous victory. Over 300,000 points of damage dealt, 12,000 XP earned and almost 1 million credits gained. We've achieved Arsonist, Confederate, Devastating Strike, Double Strike, Dreadnought, Kraken Unleashed, Witherer and High Caliber. Hell of a battle with the Khabarovsk. One of my best XP game, and you know what? One of my best games overall. This is as much satisfaction as you can possibly get from a game where everything seemed lost. Aside from the fact that our team unfortunately melted down at the beginning, Philip, the remaining of our team and I tried our best not to give up. Along with an obscene amount of luck, we could pull out a 3 versus 1 clutch and prove that even when the odds are against you, nothing is truly impossible. Especially with a ship like the Khabarovsk. Well, this is it for this video. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. I hope that you've enjoyed this replay, and if you did and you're a kind heart, give it a like. And stay tuned, there is more content to come about all the warships. Until next time people, you have a good one, and you take it easy.